Namaskaram. We are with the Bhagavad Gita and we are on 8th chapter, which is called Akshara Brahma Yogam. Akshara in the sense Anashwara. So this can be called as Anashwara Brahma Yogam, which is the chapter where actual devotion or Bhagavan is giving us the method of attaining the Supreme, especially at the time of death, what is to be done. So dhyana or maybe meditation in the true sense, where we have full distress. Full distress come to people when they are thinking about death. So 8.5 sloka, Andakale cha manasasmaran. The last moment of life also when you think about, that is what it means. We have seen all that. Up to 7 we have done. 8th to 22nd is the real Bhakti Yoga. This is Bhagavan explains what is to be done to attain him permanently, totally. Not one Janma. Here he describes about the Yuga and the Brahmadina, that means Mahayuga, Manvantara concepts, and such. Not in the short span of when we speak of happiness, we should not speak of momentary happiness. We should speak for a lifespan. But when Bhagavan speaks, he should not speak about a lifespan happiness. He must take us to not even Yuga. He must take us to the Yuga Yugantaras, like Mahayuga. So here Bhagavan is going to explain to us how you can surrender to me, how you can be in full devotion throughout your not Janma, throughout your not your Yuga, but throughout permanent. And such Kalam concept, the cosmic calendar concept, cosmic day and time concepts are what Bhagavan is going to explain to Arjuna here. Abhyasa. So sloka number 8 onwards, let us do sloka by sloka. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanyagra gaminam paramam purusham divyam yadi parthanu chindayan. Abhyasa yoga yuktena, by practice of yoga yuktam, practice of yoga in the actual way, yuktena, in the basic style in which it has to be performed, not the so-called showing. Real yoga, if you practice abhyasa yoga yuktena, what is prescribable for you or what I am prescribing to you, if you practice it, chedasananya gamina, that your manas, chetasa, na anya gamina, with it will not go to somewhere else. That means you will not deviate. You will be totally sticking to me as Bhagavan. Paramam Purusham Divyam. Paramam Purusham Divyam. That supreme personality which is divine, Divyam is divine, which is divine, you will reach there and concentrate and you will not go anywhere else. Yadi Parthanu Chindayan. Yadi. Attaining that, one attains that, a Partha, Anuchindayan, without having without constant remembrance, or with constant remembrance you will be there without deviation. That is what he means. So with the practice, certainly you can reach me. But what is the practice? That he will explain further. That is what the next few slokas are. So the sloka reads like this. 8th one. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chedasananyagamina paramam purusham divyam yadi parthanu chindayan. This is what Bhagavan says. So sloka number 9 and 10 is chanted together. Where how you can, as already he told many times, and the same thing gets repeated here, and you will see it further in further chapters also. The 7th chapter, I think the 8th sloka is where he was explaining this method of getting out of your all that, the steps were the Sarvavyapi and such things were explained in the earlier chapters. Now here, without this materialistic world, leaving this body, how do you get rid of to the next world? That is what Bhagavan is going to say. How do you practice such things when you are alive? So sloka number 9 and 10 is chanted together. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyam Saman Anusmaridya Anoraniyam Samanusmaridya Sarvasya Dhatara Ajindarupam Sarvasya Dhataram Ajindarupam Adityavarnam Tamasa Parastat Adityavarnam Tamasa Parastat Prayanakale Manasachalena Prayanakale Manasachalena Bhaktya Yukto Yogabalena Chaiva Bhaktya Yukto Yogabalena Chaiva Bruvor Madhye Pranamaveshya Samyak Bruvor Madhye Pranamaveshya Samyak Satam Param Purusha Mupaidi Divyam Satam Param Purusham Upaidi Divyam. You can attain Upaidi, attain Divyam, that divine you can attain. So these are the ways to attain the divine. What are the ways? That is what Bhagavan is going to explain. That is what he explained in 9th and 10th sloka together. We shall see that. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram. Kavim Puranam, the ancient poets, Anushasitaram, which is controlled by them. Anushasanam is controlling. Anushasanam is giving rules. That means as prescribed by, as per the Shasana of those ancient poets, as if Bhagavan is not telling, he is referring to the earlier rishis who are all kavis. All poets were rishis, rishis were poets. So what is that described by them? Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanasuspmaredya Samanusmaredya. What is that Anusmaredya? Which has to be remembered. Anusmaranam is remembrance. What is to be remembered? Remember those who, what these kavis told us. What is that? Anoraniyam. Anoraniyam. The smallest of the smallest. What is the smallest of the smallest? Whether it is atom or neutron or electron or spark, quark, we don't know. Anoraniyam. That means up to the smallest, like an atom. Up to that atom. Sarvasya Dhara Dhadaram Ajindya Rupam. The divine form, Ajindya Rupam, which cannot be thought, beyond your thought process. Sarvasya Dharam Ajindya Rupam. Everything is supported by Anoraniyan. From the whole universe, he already has his presence. Up to atom. Anoraniyam Anusasmaredya Sarvasya Dhadaram Ajindya Rupam. Sarvasya Dhadaram. Where, everywhere, everything supported by that divine life, that divine force which is supported throughout, everywhere. Adityavarnam Tamasa Parastat. Adityavarnam, with the, like a sun, the effluent of a sun, the sparkle, the brightness of a sun, to the darkness. Tamasa is darkness, ignorance, which is in the dark and in the day, which is the smallest and the largest, the biggest, maybe the heaviest and the lightest, everywhere. That is what it says. Everywhere, tamasa parastat, beyond that also, unthinkable, unimaginable, beyond such imagination, everywhere. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanususmaretya Sarvasya Dhadharam Rupam Sarvasya Dhadharam Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. Everywhere, in dark, light, small to big, everywhere, as the poets told, what is there? There is an energy. There is a divine nature. There is a life. Prayana kale manasachalena. At the time of death, in the manas, achalena, without movement. That means firmly, steadily. Prayana kale manasachalena. Bhaktya yukto yogabalena chaiva. Bhaktya yukto. With all that devotion to God, great devotion to God, yuktam, as prescribed, united, joining with the Bhagavan, yoga balena, with the power of yoga, yoga balena chaiva, certainly stay there. That is what Bhagavan says. Bruvor madhye, how it is to be done? Bruvor madhye, in the center of the brew. Brew is eyebrow. The word brow came from the brew. Bruvor madhye. The bruvo is the eyebrow. English and Sanskrit is almost same. The bruvor madhye, in the center of the eyebrow. Madhye. Pranam, the life air, the breath. Avashya, fixing, firm, stable. Samyak, avashya samyak. Pranama avashya samyak. Completely. Stay the air in between the eyebrow. What does it mean? When the air goes, feel that it goes through the Atna Chakram. This is called Atna Chakram. Think that it is feeding to the Atna Chakram. Once the Atna Chakram is in control, you will be able to concentrate in whatever you require and your thoughts will not go somewhere else. So your prana, air, that goes inside. As it goes inside, when it reaches here, concentrate there, hold there, certainly put it there and think about what you want. So it will work like Atna for you. The eyebrow, center of this. This is what even when we teach marketing, when a client comes in front of you or you go to some requirement, where you should look at the eyebrow and the nose corner here where we put the boot. That place, if you look at it, that is where hypnotize and then they check here. That is where you are being taken off. It's taken away from you. So these are all what came from this basic knowledge. Bruvor madhye pranamaveshya samyak satam param purusham upaidi divyam. Satam param purusham upaidi divyam. Satam, he, him, Bhagavan, Purusha Param, the supreme divine personality, that is Bhagavan himself. Upaidi, you can attain what? Divyam, that divine power. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanasusmaredya Sarvasya Dhadaram Ajindya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasya Parastat Prayana Kale Manasachalena Bhaktya Yukto Yogabalena Chaiva Bruvor Madhye Pranamaveshya Samyak Satam Param Purushamupaidi Divyam. Purushamupaidi Divyam. This is what Bhagavan prescribes as a practice for attaining him, which guarantees certainly you will attain him. That is what Bhagavan says. Now, sloka number 11. Yadaksharam vedavido vadanti vishanti yadyadayo vidaraga yadichando brahmacharyam charanti tate padam samgrahena pravakshya yadaksharam vedavido vadanti vishanti yatayo vidaraga yadichando brahmacharyam charanti tate padam sangrahena pravakshye. I am going to sangrahena in a condensed form pravakshye. I am going to explain to you. The deliberations further is going to be that tate padam, that padam, that step which you have to take to reach where? Ultimately to join him, which are the methods and how you should go, that I am going to explain further. That is what Bhagavan says. Tattabade padam, tatte padam, tatte padam, that way, that goal, where the step, the path which you have to go, and that padam. Padam is Bhagavan's divine place, that the goal for all of us is to submerge to God. So that goal, that path towards that, samgrahena pravakshye, I am going to explain briefly. So far he has explained in detail. Now again he is going to explain brief. Again he will do it. Why it is being done? Because all these are guhyat, guhyataram maya. It is not that simple. The secret of the secret is what Bhagavan is going to teach all of us. We think all of us know this, and Bhagavan is repeating. Oh, yoga, we have learned from that master, this master. I paid 1,000 rupees and learned it. Don't. That is not. Here it is the ultimate knowledge what Bhagavan is going to explain. Which one? Akshara, Anashwara, Brahma Yogam. How that yoga, not that yoga which you can learn by 2,000, 3,000 rupees. So it's the most secret thing what Bhagavan is going to, what Bhagavan is explaining. Yadaksharam vedavido vadanti. That imperishable thing, yad aksharam, which is imperishable, that which is undestroyable, that vedavido vadanti, as the scholars of Vedas described, as what is explained by the great gurus who explained in Vedas, Vashanti yat tatayo vidaraga, the Vashanti, that means you can enter yat, in that which great sannyasis effort is essential. Yatayo vidaraga, free from all the attachment, that where you can attain, that where you can reach. Yadichando, yet that chando, icha is desire. Yadi icha, that desire which you have. Yadichando, brahmacharyam charati, what desire you have which takes you towards brahmacharya. The practice of doing this, that practice which takes you to where? Tatte padam, that Bhagavan's adopt, that close to Bhagavan, reaching to Bhagavan, merging to Bhagavan, which, who is explaining? Reaching to Bhagavan, Bhagavan himself is explaining. Reaching to me, I am explaining. Tell me, this is the method to do, these are the brief steps, you follow me. That is what Bhagavan says. You don't worry, you just merge to him, submit to him, he will take that. He will guide you sitting inside. But that open up we have to do. That is what essential. Yadaksharam vedavido vadanti vishanti yadyadayo vidaraga. Free from attachment. Guaranteed. Yadichando brahmacharyam jaranti tate padam sangrahena pravakshe. How to reach him is what he is going to explain to us. Sloka number 12 and 13 chanted together. So let us look at 12 and 13 together. Sarvadvarani samyamya manohridi nirudhyaja murdhya dhaya atmana pranam मूर्ध्यान्याधायात्मनः प्राणं मूर्ध्यान्याधायात्मनः प्राणम् आस्थितो योगधारणम् ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् मामनुस्मरन् यप्रयादित्यजन् देहं स यादि परमां गतिं. This is the method, this is the way, this is the method how to attain that goal. So again Bhagavan continues how to get into that, what to attain paramagati. How do you get into paramagati? Simple. Bhagavan says chanting of Om will attain you to the supreme goal. That is ending of 13th sloka. So let us again look at the sloka 12 and 13. Sarva dwarani samyamya manohridi nirudhyaja. Sarvadwarani samyamya. Sarvadwarani, with all the gates. How many gates in a human body? 9 gates. All through the gates, samyamya, restraining, controlling, without unnecessary thoughts going out of you with any of these panchendriya, and all the different dwaras, the gates of the human body. Manohridi nirudhyaja. The mind go into the heart region. Where is mind and the heart difference? Hridaya guhara madhye. Inside the hridayam there is a center guha. Get into that. Don't take it anywhere else. Nirudhya, confirming, firming inside, and stay there. Murdhyadhayatmana. Murdhya, from the head. Murdha is this, from the head. Adhyaya, establishing, the stabilizing. Atmanaha, the self. Murdhyadhayatmanaha, the self. Pran, into the pranam, where you have to, from the head to the center of the heart, where the breath can be felt, that breathing you concentrate. As it goes through this, through the eyebrow, it goes here, you imagine it goes up to the top and then goes inside the heart and then comes out and then circulates here. Your process of thoughts will be only into the Atna Chakram to Hridaya Chakram and moving inside that. So the Hridayam, Manas, and the Atna, the Buddhi, will get concentrated into the Prana. Murdhyadhayatmana Prana. Murdhyadhayatmana Prana. Very clear. Simple. Asthito Yoga Dharanam. Situate in this. Asthito. Sitting there. Sthitam there. Stay there. Yoga Dharanam. That is what is Yoga Dharanam, for which you need not to close your eyes. The thought has to be inside. All the indriyas can be open. But for practicing people in the beginning, they may have to close their eyes to have this thought inside. That is how your prana control is what is actual Yoga Dharanam. Pranayama is not breathing fast, understanding inside and outside through the nostrils, concentrating, taking it here. No. Inside how the air goes. Dr. TPS meditation, a small brief, 20 minutes. How the air circulation has to be controlled inside your body and then get into this Atna Chakram to the Hridayam. is explained very, very briefly. 20 minutes. Just follow that. It is only breathing technique which ultimately may lead you to the samadhi stage. Sarvadvarani samyamya manohridi nirudhyaja murdhyadhayatmana pranam astito yoga dharanam. Now, sloka number 30. Omitya. Then, getting into that yoga dharanam, you are in a yoga avastha, what is to be done? That is the next stage. Omityekaksharam brahma. Omityekaksharam brahma. Vyaharan mamanusmaran. Yaprayadityajan deham. Sa yadi paramam gatim. Omityekaksharam brahma. That one single aksharam. Ekaksharam brahma. Which is that ekaksharam brahma? Om. Om ekaksharam brahma. Om, that, thus, ekaksharam, that Om aksharam, Brahma, which is the truth, which is the divine, which is penultimate, which is the creativity. Vyaharan, Mamanusmaran, Vyaharan, chanting that, continuously repeating it. Mam, Krishna, Bhagavan, Anusmaren, remembering him. Don't just verbally chat. Om, 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 om. But your thoughts can be somewhere else. No. Vajastuti. Vajastuti. In the lip or in the tongue. Om, om could come. You don't have to open the mouth also. Om, om could come. Because I have to tell I am opening the mouth. Otherwise, om can be a thought inside. Even if it comes, it has to come only lip. No strain, no chanting has to have strain. With that chanting, Vajastuti Hridi Dhyanam. Your Dhyanam and Shraddha has to be in the Hridayam. That is what Bhagavan says here. Om Ityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran. Inside the Hridayam, by chanting, thinking about me and remembering me. That is important. Vyaharan, repeating. Chanting is a repeated activity. But more important is Mam Anusmaran, thinking about Bhagavan internally. If you cannot think, stop. There is no point in chanting further. Yaprayadi tyajan deham. That depart, prayadi, departs and goes. Tyajan deham. That goes out of your manas. What will go out of your manas? The existence of you as a body will go from your manas. You will submerge into Bhagavan. You will not have any weight for your hand. See, that is why you should sit in asanam, which is Sukhasanam, which is most comfortable for you. You don't have to have the crossed leg if you are not practicing cross leg. You don't have to lie down and having a severe or maybe a slightest of the slightest, both are not. In the back, your muscles have to have no feeling. So, deham is tyajan. Saprayadi tyajan deham sayadi paramam gatim. When you can get into that stage where in the Hridaya center you have Bhagavan and you are not aware of your body, are you be able to stay in such a place? That is Samadhi. With Om chanting, you are chanting but not being aware. See, some people will ask you to chant Om 1/3 this, 2/3 this. Inhaling is 1/3, holding is 1/3, exhaling is 1/3. You are computing this 1/3, 1/3. Your concentration is in that only. No, not required. It has to go like a flow. Om Ityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran. Anusmaran is more important, not that time span and all that. That will vary from one person to another person. And if you think about Bhagavan, Bhagavan will guide you the time span. Why you want to control and then hold Bhagavan inside you? You keep Bhagavan inside, let him control your breath. Yaprayadityajan deham sayadi paramam gatim. Let us Chant 12 and 13 together once. Sarvadvarani samyamya manohridi nirudhyaja മൂർധ്യാധായാത്മനഃ പ്രാണം ആസ്ഥിതോ യോഗധാരണം ഓമിത്യേകാക്ഷരം ബ്രഹ്മ വ്യാഹരൻ മാമനുസ്മരൻ യപ്രയാദിത്യജൻ ദേഹം സ യാതി പരമം ഗതിം. നൗ ശ്ലോക നമ്പർ 14. അനന്യച്ഛേതാ സതതം യോ മാം സ്മരതി നിത്യശഃ തസ്യാഹം സുലഭഃ പാർത്ഥ നിത്യയുക്തസ്യ യോഗിനഃ. Ananya satatam. Ananya. Without deviating your mind. Satatam. Always. Bhagavan keep on telling this. Ananyaschintayando mam yejana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogatshemam vahamyaham. I will guarantee your yogatshemam when your mind is concentrated on me. Ananyaschintayanto mam, without having any other thought. 9th chapter, again 22nd sloka, this will get repeated. Ananyacheta satatam, without deviating your mind anywhere, always satatam. Yo mam smarati nityashaha. O mam smarati nityashaha. You have to remember me. Nityashaha, permanent, regular, not once in a while. Oh, those people think about me, mam, regularly, all the time. Tasyaham sulabha partha. For them it is easily attainable. Sulabham, easy. Tasyaham, getting me inside them is so easy. Therefore, these practices become so easy for them. Hey Partha. Tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yogina. Nityayuktasa, constantly practice this, engage yourself inside this, then you become a yogi. And such yogis, it becomes so simple. These are not difficult, very simple exercise. Just think about your prana, concentrate from, to tell it is very simple, but to practice it is very easy. But continuously practice without a break for longer time and getting Bhagavan inside. Once you got Bhagavan inside, he will not leave you. That Bhagavan will guarantee. Because then onwards, Bhagavan is what is working inside you. You are not working. Ananyacheta satatam yo mam smarati nityashaha tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah. Now sloka number 15. Mamupyeta punarjanma dukkhalaya ashashwasam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gada. They have attained paramam, the highest stage. Such people, they will reach the highest stage. What is the advantage of getting the highest stage? Then you are shashwatam here. Dukkhalayama shashwatam. The peace, that place where you have full peace without misery. Dukkhalayam, the place where full peace, the place where there is no problem. That place of full miseries, that ashashwatam, that will become temporary for you. What does it mean? You will get a place where no dukkham is there. Samsiddhim paramam gada. And then, or that people, such people get both. It's like together. Mam upyeda punarjanmaha. Mam upatye. Having attained me, what is the advantage? You will reach the highest. Yadim paramam gatim. You will reach my place. You are in my abode now. What is the advantage? Mamupyeda. Once you come to my place, punarjanmaha, with punarjanma, birth after birth. When you take rebirth, which place you are taking rebirth? Dukkha alaya ashashwatam. Your dukkha alayam. After taking birth, the place where you have to stay will become ashashwatam, temporary. That means permanently you will go from here, you will not have to come back. No more rebirth for you. That is what indirectly it means. Napnuvandi mahatmana. That person attains the great soul. That is Bhagavan. Mahatmana, the great soul. Samsiddhim paramam gata. They will reach, they will perform these activities, what I prescribed. The perfection and reaching to the highest is guaranteed. With no rebirth, permanently you will go. Otherwise, when you will take rebirth, those things he will explain again and again in the subsequent slokas. Mamupatye punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashwatam napnu vandi mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. Now, sloka number 16. Abrahma bhuvanalokaha. Abrahma bhuvanalokaha punaravarti no arjuno arjuna. Punaravartino arjuna. Mamupatyetu kaundeya punarjanmana vidyade. Abrahma bhuvanaloka. That place of Bhagavan, that world, which is that outside this world, that world where this Brahma is staying, Brahma Bhuvana Loka, that world where the Brahma is there, no, that is inside our manas. Punara Avartino Arjuna. Then you don't have to take birth from that world to this world. It has got multiple meanings. What does it mean? This materialistic world in which we are living today, from there you surrender to Bhagavan, then you will not come back to this materialistic world again in thoughts. So the materialistic world can be one logam, and the Brahma logam is inside you where you reside. So do you want to live outside world, outside of your body world, the world outside of your body, or do you want to stay inside where Brahma, Bhagavan, Om, Nitya Shanti, that Yoga Rudha is existing? If you look inside, you can stay there. If you look outside, you can, what will happen? The Punaravarti will come. Otherwise, Brahma Bhuvana Loka, that world which can be inside you or can be the outside this earth. You want to think it as an outside, as a celestial cosmo, but or you want to think as internally in the philosophical way. Both are possible here. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Again, you don't have to come out and then go inside. Permanently you can stay there. Mam upatye tu kaundeya. What is to be done? Mam upatye, having attained me, staying there permanently. Hey kaundeya, you don't have to come out. You can stay inside you. You can be a yoga rudha. You can be a person who has been enlightened. Punarjanma navidyate. The rebirth never happens. That is not possible. Is not existing. What is not existing? Punarjanma is not existing. No further rebirth for such people. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. That is moksham is guaranteed. Surrender to me totally, I guarantee you a moksha. That is what Bhagavan says. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Mamupatye tu kaundeya. Punarjanma navidyade. You will never get a punarjanma. Hey, my dear Arjuna. Now sloka number 17. Sahasra yuga paryandam ahar yat brahmano vidu ratrim yuga sahasrandam te ho ratravido jana. How do you take birth, rebirth? The repetitivity happens when? What is reality of day and night? not our day and night. For the cosmic world, your Janma, Punarjanma, death, birth, in that concept, why are we not doing the rituals for the people who has departed us, the dearest of the dear parents? Only once in a year we feed them. Why are we not feeding every day? Because for the celestial, the Pretatmas, to be very colloquial language, the Pretatma, the Bhutatma, Preta Bhudam, to get rid of that you may do specific pujas after death. The moksham has not come, we will do specific puja. That and all will not work. Bhagavan clearly says, during your life, if you don't practice, even if I die, after that my family does lot of rituals to take my Pretatma to that heaven. These are all stupid ritualists. Nothing. Your own karma will decide. That is what Bhagavan says. Why otherwise Bhagavan would have prescribed this puja you do. No, he is straight away telling, think about me during your life. So after death, you will come to me. Not andakale cha. Last moment also you think. How does it happen? What is the interval time, etc. Little bit of calendar is what is that being explained by Bhagavan. Sahasra Yuga Paryandam, thousands of ages. Yuga is Yuga, ages and ages. Thousands of Yuga Paryandam. After that, Abharyat Brahmano Vidu. Aharyat Brahmano Vidu. Ahar Yat Brahmano Vidu. Ahar, one day. Yat, which Brahmano Vidu. That Brahma know. Only Brahma has to know. But Brahma is in sleep. Then you are dying here. Will he give you a rebirth? No. Brahma has to wake up. So Brahma is not 24 hours active. But his 24 hours. What is that? His 24 hours. That is what we will learn. So, while his Brahma's night, if you die, Brahma is not going to give action and give you birth. You will have to wait until his day. That means one whole night you have to wait if Brahma goes into sleep and then you die for a rebirth. If during Brahma's daytime if you die, probably if the queue is less, then he will pick you up and then they give you a rebirth again. But what is the waiting time? Minimum waiting time is what Bhagavan says here. Sahasra Yuga Paryandam. It could be thousands of yugas. Why? Brahma's one day is thousands of yugas. What is 12 hours for Brahma? One Mahayuga. What is one Mahayuga? One Mahayuga is, Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. 4,32,000 years. Dwapara Yugam is 2 times Kali Yuga. So 2 into 4,32,000 years. So that will become 8,64,000 years. 3 times Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga. Dwapara Yugam is 2 times. Dwapara Yugam is 2 times. So 8,64,000. Treta Yugam is 3 times. Krita Yugam is, Satya Yugam is 4 times. So you have 4 times, then another 3 times, another 2 times, and 1 Kali Yuga time. So all together is 10. So what is 1 Mahayuga? 1 Mahayuga is 10 times Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. 1 Mahayuga will become 43,20,000 years. So 43,20,000 years is 1 day for Brahma. 1 day, 1 night. So 2 times that, 86,40,000 years is equivalent to 124 hours of hours. That means you will have to minimum wait 43 lakh, or maximum you will have to wait 43,20,000 years if the Q is less. So this is what Bhagavan says. Sahasra Yuga Paryandam. That is why he says Sahasra Yuga Paryandam. Aharyat Brahmano Vidu. If Brahma wakes up and know that you are waiting, Vidu, if he knows, then only. Ratrim Yuga Sahasrandam. The Yuga Sahasra, as far as Brahma is concerned, that night is over. Ratrim Yuga Sahasrandam. Te Horatra Vido Jana. Then that day and night is over, or that night is over, then the next day comes. Then some people will get a rebirth. That is what will happen. What a mathematics here. Bhagavan is giving mathematics also here. 17th sloka. Sahasra Yuga Paryandam Maharyat Brahmano Vidu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrandam Teho Ratra Vido Jana. The life day, so one day for and such Brahma. Now we had 51 Brahma, yeah. 17 Manvantaras. In each Manvantara 1. All the Sapta Rishis will go after Yuga to Yuga. That science of knowing birth and rebirth for such people are much higher knowledge than what is explained here. Now sloka number 18. Avyaktat Vyaktayah Sarva Prabhavandya Haragame Ratriagame Praliyande Tatraiva Vyakta Samjage. Avyaktat Vyaktayah Sarva. Avyaktat Vyaktayah Sarva. From what is not came into existence. That means not Vyaktam. Avyaktat, which is not manifested, from that unmanifested, Vyaktayaha, to the manifested, Sarva, all, Prabhavandya Haragame, from that which is in Maya, which is in not in Maya, the real world, that which comes Prabhavandya Haragame, what comes out. What Prabhavam comes, what starts? When Agame, when the Brahma's day starts, it starts coming. Ratri Agame Praliyande. Ratri Agame Praliyande. Ratri, the fall of Brahma's night. When the Brahma's night starts, Praliyande, they again dissolve. They will have to go out. Then I have to wait for Brahmas. The queue is over. Closed. Gate closed. Again you will have to go the next day and try again. Tatraiva. Your try. No, he will decide. Not that you know Brahma is waiting. No. He knows that you are there. If Brahma knows, that is what Brahmano Vidu. If Brahma knows, it will happen. That's what Bhagavan says. Tatraiva Vyakta. Tatraiva Vyakta Samjage. Tatraiva Vyakta. Avyakta Sanjay. Which is called Avyaktam, which is not manifested, which is still waiting. Sanjage. That comes, the called, that time is called Avyaktam. The waiting time is called Avyaktam. Tatraiva Vyakya. You will have to stay there in that state for a long time. At the advent of Brahma's day, that unmanifested, the Avyakta will come into Vyaktam. You will get a rebirth, or you will have to go into that Avyakta stage. Avyaktat Vyaktayah Sarva Prabhavandya Haragame Ratriagame Praliyande Tatraiva Vyakta Samjage. This is what? 18th sloka. Down 19th sloka. Bhudagrama sa evayam. Bhudagrama sa evayam. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. Ratriagame vashapartha. Prabhavatya haragame. Bhutva grama sa evayam. That Bhutva grama. That multiple beings, many times of birth and death, repeated birth and death. Bhutva grama sa evayam. All that repeated taking birth and then dying. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. Repeatedly taking birth and go and praliyate, dissolving back. Taking birth and dissolving back. Taking birth and dying. Yatriagame Vashapartha. The advent of the night. Whose night? Not ours. Brahma's night. Vasha, helpless. You cannot do anything when he is sleeping. Hey Arjuna. Yatriagame Vashapartha. Hey Partha, during that his time. Prabhavatya Haragame. That advent of the day, with the advent of the day, it comes out. Until then, you will have to wait. Bhutva Bhudagrama. Bhudagrama evayam. Bhutva Bhutva praliyate. Yatriagame Vashapartha. Prabhavatya Haragame. Bhudagrama evayam. Bhutva Bhutva praliyate. Yatriagame Avashapartha. Prabhavatya Haragame. So the cosmic day, not that our day. You can look at the cosmic calendar. Cosmic calendar is beautiful. One midnight is that equivalent to what we said. This is what is scientifically also understood as cosmic. That is our maybe in the scientific today's time, cosmic is nearly 400 to 500, somewhere in between. The millions of years, that is based on how many millions of years is the earth. It is 37.8 millions or something is the age of the earth. So that will become that much. So the scale of a day and night as far as the Prapancham is concerned, that is the cosmic calendar. Even today, such cosmic calendars are there. Not for us, but for how the evolution happens. That is how it is made. So here also Bhagavan is talking about evolution only. Because it is we getting back to Bhagavan and then coming back. That's the greatest change of evolution. What is to be discussed. Now sloka number 20. Parasmatu bhavo anyo. Parastasmatu bhavo anyo. Parastasmatu bhavo anyo. Avyakto avyaktat sanatanaha. Avyaktot avyaktat sanatanaha. Ya sa sarveshu bhuteshu. Ya sa sarveshu bhuteshu. Nasyasru Nashalsu na vinashyati. Nashalsu na vinashyati. Parastasmatu bhavanyo. Avyakto avyaktat sanatana. Sa ya sa sarveshu bhuteshu. Nashalsu na vinashyati. Para, what is beyond this? Para and apara. Para and apara. We already explained. The para, the next world, tasmat, that, but the bhava, that certain, which is bhava means which is certain, to anyat, go into a different state. That means those which is in the para world, what happens to this creation when we reach there, then only it becomes para for us. Avyakto avyaktat sanatana, that stays as unclear to us, unmanifested, avyaktam. And avyaktat, that remains as unmanifested. Sanatana, eternal. That means this circle of unmanifesting and manifesting, eternal, going to that dimension and then coming back and then going with these days. which will not stop, which will continue. Ya sa sarveshu bhuteshu, for every creature created in this world, all sarveshu bhuteshu, creations, nalsyaslu, nashyassu, which cease to exist, nashyatsu, whichever is having nasham, nashyatsu na vinashyati, which cannot be disturbed now, that doesn't exist. For every creature in this world, every creation which has got a life, which goes into this parastamastu bhavu anya avyaktam avyaktam sanatana, keep on going sanatanam, that keeps on happening. From time our life would have gone into such avyakta to vyakta to avyakta to vyakta to avyakta to vyakta, many times. That is what Bhagavan says. Parastamastas parastamastu bhavonya parastamastu bhavonya avyakto vyakta sanadana avyakto vyaktat sanodana ya sarveshu bhuteshu, for every creature that happens, nashyatsu na vinashyati, that process of evolution cannot be stopped, doesn't stop, it ceases to stop, it continuously goes into this rotation of taking birth and living and then dying and then coming back to this, that janma punarjanma happens. Avyakto, last we may take up one more. Avyakto akshara ityukta sthamahu paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartande taddama paramam mama. Avyakto akshara ityukta sthamahu paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartande taddhama paramam mama. Taddhamam, my place. Dhamam is his abode. Dhamam, his place. Taddhama, my place. Paramam mama, that is my supreme place where I am there. Avyakto akshara atyukta, with that unmanifested state which is imperishable, which cannot stop this going back and that. Atyukta, which what is how it is said, yukta utaha atyukta, that which is being told and which is available like this. Sthamahu, that is called paramam gatim, that is called paramam gati, where not reaching there, avyakta avyaktam will not come. Yam prapyana nivartande, having reached to that place where you join with me, yam prapya, coming to me, na nivartande, from where you will not go back, you don't have to come back to this world. That place when you reach, sthamahu paramam gatim, that place where you will reach is called paramagati. So if you want paramagati, submerge with Bhagavan. Taddhama paramam mamaha, reach to his abode. How? With full concentration, full bhakti, without a dilution. If you go, then you will not have to come back. Avyakto akshara atyukta sthamahu paramam gatim yam prapyana nivartande, reach that place where you don't have to come back. Taddhama paramam mamaha, that place is my place. That is what Bhagavan says. Welcome to my place. It's a great marketing which Bhagavan is doing and asking all of us to surrender to him so that you don't have to take this dukkhalayam. Dukkhalayam is this world of misery. You don't have to come back to this dukkhalayam. That is what Bhagavan says. Avyakto kshara atyukta sthamahu paramam gatim yam prapyana nivartande taddhama paramam mama. If you reach there to my dhamam, you will not have to come back. Otherwise, you will have to wait for one Brahma's day to night. Sahasra Yugam have to be waited. And then where are you coming? That waiting is worth if you are going to a better place. Again, Dukkhalayam, in this world of miseries with all the materialistic world around, we will have to come and stay. So want to get out? Come to me. That's what Bhagavan says. So Akshara Brahma Yogam is a beautiful chapter where we are being led to Bhagavan. So straight, not difficult to practice. That is what Bhagavan says. So Namaskaram for today. Pranams.